Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about some thresholds and some things that you need to be focusing on according to your PD curve here. So your PD curve is this red line right here. It is the theoretical area where you should be able to output some power. Now the dashed line, this kind of yellowish orange right here, this is what you have been doing according to your highlighted section over here. So in this case, it is in the last 90 days. So over the last 90 days, this is the power that I have put out over the time limit under here. And you can see that when you're looking at my PD curve right here, there is some gaps, some noticeable areas where I am lacking or further away from that line, and I should be closer. So here's an area right here. Here's a small area right around here, around that 117 mark. And then there's an obvious big one right in here, right around this 33, 32 minute area. So a lot of people think that in order to raise your threshold power, you need to be focusing on areas right over here for your bike, your run. And that's not necessarily the case. According to you and where your curve is and where your power outputs have been over the last couple of weeks, couple of months, you need to be looking at these areas where there is gaps or breaks in this curve. Now, if it's super short and you're focusing on like ultra marathons, longer distance things, like this might not necessarily be super important to you. But if we go over here, right, this is an area that is going to be important to you. So right around here, my time to exhaustion, let's say it's 32 minutes. And as you can see, my PD curve and my mean max power over here, when I go to this 33-minute area, there's a big noticeable gap. So instead of going out and targeting that red PD curve number, what you should be doing is taking your mean max power, and you should be focusing on about 90% of that, and you should be doing repeated intervals to kind of push this out a little bit. And that's going to do a couple of different things. The first thing it's going to do, it's actually going to extend you out further to the right of this graph. It's going to extend this PD curve for you a little bit. Also, if you do some training in this area, it will help increase your FTP a little bit. If you wanted to kind of focus on some of those FTP builders, you would want to focus kind of in this area to kind of push it further up. But a lot of people get mistaken, excuse me, a lot of people get mistaken about raising your threshold and think that it should only be in this area over here. There are many ways that you can target this, and filling some of these gaps are essential in your training.